And 3.6 looks at mixed numbers. So here we start out with improper fractions, and our goal is to write these as mixed numbers. So what does that mean? So an improper fraction, you see how here the numerator is larger than the denominator? So numerator larger than denominator. In other words, an improper fraction is a fraction that's actually larger than 1. So our goal is to figure out, okay, let me see how I can write this instead as a mixed number, which is an integer with the remaining fraction attached to it. So I have to look at 7 over 2, and I'm thinking, well, 7 over 2 is 6 over 2 plus 1 over 2, right? So 6 over 2 is 3. So 7 over 2 is really just 3.5, okay? So that's how we would write that as a mixed number. Let's try another one. So when I'm looking at 27, I have 27 over 5. So I'm thinking, well, what is the largest number less than 27 that's divisible by 5? It would be 25, right? So 27 fifths is 25 fifths plus 2 fifths. Okay, so then 25 fifths is 5. So I have 5 plus another 2 fifths. So as a mixed number, I write that like so. Okay. Shall we try another one? Let's see, so 47. So I need the number less than 47 that's divisible by 7. That would be 42, right? So here I have a negative. So wouldn't that look like so? Let's see if I got that right. So negative 47 sevenths is negative 42 sevenths minus another 5 sevenths. Okay. So 42 divided by 7 is 6. Okay, so I have negative 6 minus another 5 sevenths. So isn't that negative 6 and 5 sevenths? Okay. So let's see one more time. This is the mixed number. This is the improper fraction. Okay, what about going the opposite direction? Write each mixed number as an improper fraction. Okay, so let's see what we have. 4 and another 2/3. So I know that's equivalent to 4 plus another 2/3, right? So what I need to do is I need to do an LCD. In other words, I need to multiply my 4 over 1 by 3 over 3. So let's see, that'd be 12/3 plus 2/3. So I'd have 14/3 as my improper fraction. Okay, let's try another one. 6 and 7/8. So that's 6 plus another 7/8. So I need an LCD. Multiply my 6 over 1 by 8 over 8. 6 times 8 is 48. So what is that, 55 over 8? Here's a negative. So this one, be careful with this one. So this is negative 20 minus another 3/5, right? Because this number is actually, to the left of negative 20 on a number line. It's negative 20 and 3/5. So both of those quantities are negative. So then I do my LCD. So I multiply by 5 over 5. So that's negative 100 minus 3. Negative 103 over 5. Okay, so it depends on the context as far as like what is more useful, an improper fraction or a mixed number. So if I'm multiplying together here, I actually don't have a way to multiply mixed numbers. So what I'd actually have to do is I'd actually have to make these improper fractions first. So let me start with this one. An LCD. So I have 25 over 8. Okay, so that's 3 1/8, written as an improper fraction. And then I've got to look at 1 3/5. Multiply by 5 over 5. Eight over 5. There's 1 3/5 written as an improper fraction. See, now I can go ahead and just multiply straight across and then reduce. Okay, looks like my 8's cancel. And then 25 over 5 is actually equal to 5. So that comes out nice. Okay, so here's another one. Let's see, 5 times 3 7/10. So first I've got to write 3 7/10 as an improper fraction. So I find my LCD, and then I add my 7/10. So that's 37/10. So now I have my 5 over 1, and I'm multiplying by my 37 over 10. So I can just multiply straight across. Of course, I know 10 is 5 times 2, so I can cancel those 5's. And so I arrive at 37 over 2. Okay, shall we try one with a double negative? So I've got to take this negative 5 and 5/9. Say, okay, that's negative 5 minus another 5 over 9. LCD is 9. Negative 45 minus 5 over 9, negative 50 over 9. Okay, so I'm multiplying negative 59ths with negative 3 over 1. Okay, negative and negative is positive. And then I know 9 is 3 times 3. So I'm able to cancel those 3's. And I'm left with 50 divided by 3. Well, of course, if I wanted to, I could write that as a mixed number. It depends kind of on how I want to write the answer. So what I have here is an improper fraction. What if I wanted to write the answer as a mixed number? So to do that, I would take the 50, I'd say, okay, what is less than 50 that's divisible by 3? 48? Is 48 divisible by 3, right? 48 divided by 3. 16. So I have 16 2/3. So it depends on if the instructions are specific about how the answer should be presented. Otherwise, I could use an improper fraction or I could use a mixed number. Okay, how about 3 1/5? Start by writing that as a mixed number. And then 2 1/15. (31/15). Okay, and then I say to divide two fractions, top one stays the same, bottom one flips, and then I multiply straight across. Okay, so let's see. 15 is 3 times 5. I see I can cancel the 5's. So I have 48 over 31. I think 31 is prime. Okay, very similar. Let's see, negative 8 minus another 3/4. That's negative 35/4. So negative 35/4 divided by 4 over 1. So bottom fraction flips and I multiply. So negative 35 over 16. Or if I wanted to, I could write this as a mixed number. Let's see. 32 is divisible by 16. So that'd be negative 2 3/16. So it depends on if I want the answer written as an improper fraction or as a mixed number. These are all very similar. Okay, so I have to start by writing the mixed numbers as improper fractions. So that's 56 plus 1, 57/8. And then let's see, 3 3/4. It's 15/4. Okay, now I have to look at adding those two fractions together. So I would need an LCD, so the LCD of 4 and 8 is 8. So I'd multiply this guy by 2/2. So I have 57 plus 30/8. So 87/8. And then again, if I wanted to, I could break that up. Let's see, 88 plus 7/8, so 10 7/8. So there I have my answer written as both an improper fraction and a mixed number. So that just depends on the instructions. Okay, let's see. 9 5/6. So that's 54 plus 5, 59/6. 4 2/3. It's 14/3. Okay, so I have 59/6 minus 14/3. So for an LCD, I'd have to multiply there by 2/2. So what does that come out to? 31/6? And then again, if you wanted to, you could break that up. That'd be 36 plus 1/6, so 5 1/6. So my answer, written as improper fraction, written as mixed number. Let's see, where were we? We just finished that one. So how about this? Calculate the cost per ounce if a 2 1/5 ounce bottle of perfume costs $66. Okay. So let's see, the cost per ounce is going to be, well, what is our cost for the bottle? It's $66 for 2 1/5 ounce. Okay. Let me figure out what 2 1/5 is as an improper fraction, so I can do my division. It's 11/5. So 66 divided by 11/5. So that's 66/1. Then I flip the bottom fraction and I multiply. Okay, now 66 is 6 times 11. So that comes out nice. 6 times 5. Okay, so 30. And then what were my units? If I look back up here, I was looking at price per ounce. So this would be, oops. This would be dollars per ounce. So the perfume costs $30 per ounce.